Hey everybody, welcome to another review, and today I will be reviewing 12 Angry Men. Yes, this came out in 1957, and it's directed by Sidney Lumet, who I believe is the director of Dog Day Afternoon, and something else too, I can't remember. I should have looked it up. I looked it up last night, and I remember Dog Day Afternoon, but I remember there was something else. I just can't remember what. But and I believe this is his first film too, and it stars Henry Fonda, and yeah, okay, 12 Angry Men. This I bought this on Amazon, and I bought some other movies too, and there's a couple that I'll be reviewing very soon. But this was the first one I watched, and I wasn't sure about this movie. Oh well, okay. First I wasn't sure about it. I was just like, it's probably just another old boring movie. Like, I don't know. Older movies kind of bore me, to be honest. I want to get into them, but I don't know. The ones I have seen, like I've seen Casablanca, I didn't really think much of it. I didn't give it another watch, but I didn't really think much of Casablanca whenever I saw it. And Wizard of Oz, it's good, but it's not one of my favorites. It's nothing too special for me. And Gone with the Wind, I've only seen the first 20 minutes of it, but that's like a really long movie. I will eventually, someday, probably the next 20 years, but I will, however, make myself watch Gone with the Wind, and I'll review it. But anyways, so yeah, like I was saying, I don't know. I just not really good with older movies. The oldest movies I like are probably like 60s. So I wasn't sure about this when I very first heard of it. But then I heard how good it is, and also how I heard about the story. And I'll get to the story in a minute, but I heard about the story, and I heard that it's like more of a dialogue movie, and I like dialogue movies. I love Quentin Tarantino and Kevin Smith, even though, kind of weird comparing this to Kevin Smith, but and it's not Quentin Tarantino either, but that's beside the point. Point is, I love dialogue films, and I heard that this is like one of the best ones, so I was like, okay, I'll give it a watch. But then at the last minute, I was kind of like, well, I'm not sure. Like whenever I ordered this, I'm like, well, I'm not sure if I will like it, because I was also going back to, I'm not into older films, so I don't know if I'll like this or not. And I ended up loving it. I thought this was a perfect movie. 12 Angry Men. And yeah. So the story is it's about Henry Fonda's character. He is serving jury duty and with 11 other guys, and the case is this kid, this 18-year-old who is accused for murder. He apparently murdered, or at least is accused for murdering his father, and they all think he's guilty except for Henry Fonda, and he is the one. He is the one who's trying to prove everybody that he is probably not guilty. He doesn't know for sure, but he thinks that he's innocent, so he tries to prove them all that he's not guilty, and that's the whole entire film. It all takes place in one room, except for the beginning and end scenes. That's all I'm going to say, though. I'm sorry if that's spoiled a little, but that's all I'm going to say about that. But the beginning and end scenes, it takes place like like in the court. The beginning scene takes place in the courtroom, and the end scene takes place out of the courthouse. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm sorry if that did spoil, but I think that's not really much of a spoiler. So yeah, that's why I said it. But anyways, but I'm not going to say, what happened at the end. But anyways, but yeah, most of the movie does take place in one room. And I can see why some people probably wouldn't like this movie. They would probably think it's boring. Like, I know a lot of people who are, like, not really, like... I mean, they might like movies, but they're not, like... They don't appreciate film. Like me. I don't just like movies. I appreciate film. I think film is, like, the greatest thing on earth, The art of making movies, making film, So if you're a film lover, you should definitely. Well, I think everybody should see this movie, anyways. Even if you're not like a film lover, this might even make you a film lover. Like, I think this is a movie that everybody should see, and I think it's pretty much perfect. I mean, not every movie is perfect. There's probably something that might be off with this movie, but I can't think of anything. I do have one thing that is kind of like sort of a negative about this film, but it's not really that bad, But for the most part, I loved this movie. I'll go ahead and say what that negative is. Okay, like I said, some people would probably find this boring, and I even thought that this movie could be boring. Like, whenever I was, like, at the last minute, whenever I was thinking, well, I don't know if I will like this movie. I was like, what if it's boring? There are certain parts of it where I wouldn't say boring, but it kind of lost me a little bit for like just like a few minutes, but then it kicked back in. Like something interesting happened, and it just kicked back in. And I was hooked in again. But there were certain parts that would lose me, but then, like I said, I would be hooked right after. So that's the only thing I have. Not have against, but I guess that's the only negative or whatever. It might be boring at times, at certain parts. At least it was for me. Maybe the more I watch it, maybe I'll just end up loving the whole thing. But there were certain parts that kind of lost me. But I still loved this movie. I thought this movie was just so good. This is a very well written movie, a very well acted movie. Everybody in this movie is so good. Of course, Henry Fonda is, but all the other actors. I'm sorry that I didn't say their names. I'm just not familiar with all those other actors, but they're all really good too. The music was really good too. There was like very little music because, like I said, most of it's dialogue. But the music that was in it was really good. And also I love the can't say that word. The cinematography. How it was filmed. I like the camera shots. I'm not good with words, so I'm not even going to try to say that word again. I'm terrible at pronouncing words, but hopefully you know what word I was trying to say. But anyways, no, I just loved how this, how they made this movie. Like, it's just perfectly shot. And, I thought this had some of the best camera shots ever. And the close-up shots, like, there were some close-ups on, like, some of the guy's face. And I liked that. I thought that was really cool. Like, like every time someone would talk sometimes, like if they're like really getting into it, it would have like a big close up on their face. And I thought, well, not like a big close up, but kind of close. And I thought that was cool. I really liked that. And yeah, I thought this was just a perfectly made film. By the way, I'm sorry that my camera is shaking. I know it is at times. I'm sorry about that. But I thought this was a perfectly made movie. And honestly, it might be the greatest, it might be the best movie I've ever seen. Not my favorite, but it might be my favorite someday. Who knows? But more I watch it. But I think it might be the best movie I've ever seen. Like, I can't think of any, even like my top 5. I think this movie's better in all of them. Honestly, I think this is just a perfect film, and yeah, I'm so happy that I end up loving this film. I thought this was amazing. Just such a great dialogue film. Very, very good dialogue. It's even funny at times. There's some. I don't know if this is supposed to be a comedy. Maybe they might have wanted it to have like some humor in it, because there were some funny moments in it. Some of the characters kind of made me laugh at times. But oh, by the way, here's a picture of everybody that's in the room right there. I don't know. I'm sorry if you can't see it real good with the glare. I apologize. I have very poor quality. I realize that. I'm sorry. I have a camera. I'm filming this on my laptop. I have a camera. I just haven't messed with it yet. I don't know. I'm lazy, but I eventually will get to work. I don't know whether or not it will be better. I hope so, but anyways, but yeah, anyways, I think this is an amazing film, and I recommend this to everybody. If you're a film lover or not, watch this movie, and you might end up being a film lover. You might be like, damn, this movie's so good. I gotta see more that's like this. Like dialogue type films. So yeah, I thought this was perfect. And like I said, recommend to everybody. Go watch this if you haven't already. 12 Angry Men. Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and review it, or give it the grade. I'm gonna give 12 Angry Men an A. It's that good. And A means I love it. So yeah, and it's probably I would probably put it in my top favorites. I don't know where. Maybe not top 10, but close to there. I don't know, but I will probably put that on that list for sure, because I thought this was an amazing film. And yeah, 12 Angry Men, an A. I'm sorry if not A+. It probably deserves it, but just since this was my first time watching it, I'm just going to give it an A for now. But I think that's a good grade, so yeah. 12 Angry Men, A. Amazing film. Alright, well there we go. That's my review for 12 Angry Men. So in the comments, tell me, have you seen 12 Angry Men? Have you not? Also, what's your favorite 50s film? A movie from the 50s. This is my favorite now. I also like North by Northwest, that Alfred Hitchcock film. But this is now my favorite of the 50s. And I guess, what's your favorite Sidney Lumet film? Even though I'm not too familiar with Sidney Lumet, like I said, I found out that he did Dog Day Afternoon. Network. That was the other movie. I'm pretty sure he did Network, which I haven't seen that either. I have both of those on my bucket list, but I know I have Dog Day Afternoon. I don't know if I have Network. If I don't, I'll put it on there. But if there's any, if you're familiar with Sidney Lumet's work, tell me some of your favorites. If it's not either this or Dog Day Afternoon or Network, tell me another Sidney Lumet film that you think is worth watching, and I'll add it to the list. And I really appreciate that. Thank you. So, yeah. Please like and subscribe, and I'll go ahead and say my next review will either be Planet Terror, that Robert Rodriguez movie, because I have that one. That was one of them that came in. Most likely it will be that. I also ordered, I'll go ahead and say it, I ordered Citizen Kane. Yes, Citizen Kane. Hopefully, because I loved this movie, hopefully I'll like Citizen Kane. But that movie hasn't came in yet. I haven't got it yet, but I did order it, and if I don't get it today, then I'll watch Planet Terror and I'll review that. That will be the next review. Because I got the Grindhouse Blu-ray with, Planet Terror and Death Proof, which I have seen, and I reviewed that too. Go check it out if you haven't already. But most likely that will be my next review. Unless if I get Citizen Kane today, then that will be the next review. But anyways, until then, I'll see you next time. All right, peace.